Good morning and welcome to my second attempt at Thought for the Day this morning on this Monday. Apologies to those that joined the first one where I hadn't got the microphone on. So my thought for the day this morning comes really out of Genesis 1 verse 27. So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God he created them. This image of God thing, and what set me thinking about this was something that happened yesterday, similar to an event that happened during my training with a friend of mine, that really got me thinking about what we look like when we inhabit the image of God. And so let me just show you a picture from yesterday. This little song thrush was just sat, as I was coming out to my study, and it was just sat on the path outside the front of the vicarage, staring at the front door, not moving a muscle. And it just sat there and it sat there, and I thought, okay, well, I'll open the front door and see if it's all right. Open the front door, that's not a quiet thing, and it didn't move at all. Went closer to it, it stayed still, eventually reached down, just stroked it very gently, it didn't move a muscle. And so in the end I thought, there's something wrong here, and I picked it up and just put it on the palm of my hand, and here it is, just in these photos, stood there. And it was very still, and eventually it started to move its head around. And there came a point where I took it round the corner of the house and it flew away entirely on its own. So I don't know what had been going on there in the first instance, but I hope that it's all right now. But what has that got to do with the image of God? Well, the thing that happened with my friends, he knows an awful lot about birds, and we were in a church during training and a swallow had got trapped there. And eventually it came and sat on the nave altar in that church, and he very gently walked up to it, picked it up, and was able to release it. And throughout his approach, throughout everything, the bird had been entirely calm, and the same thing happened for me yesterday. And then I've sort of reflected back over times when I've actually gone to help birds or other animals, and how often you see that they go very still and very calm because somehow they know that you're there to help and not to harm. And I do wonder, and this is conjecture, it may be pure fancy, but I think there's a possibility that just in the act of caring like that, our whole focus is on caring for something like a little song thrush. In those moments, that what the bird, what the animal, what the creature that we're helping sees is some sense of the image that God has put inside us, of care for creation, of love in a moment, of a single focus on care, on help, on all of that. And so they go calm because they know you mean them no harm. And then the joy of joys to let this little one fly away yesterday was absolutely amazing. And I wonder if we looked for that image in each other and we lived out our lives with that image at the forefront in our relationships with one another, in our care, in our love, just how much more peaceful our world might be, how much more contented and safe we might feel, how much more we would see justice, righteousness, and we would see freedom from oppression, all of the things that the Bible tells us the kingdom of God is about. So just today and go forwards, my invitation, and I'll be taking my own invitation too, is just to think about what that image of God might look like on display a little bit more in my own life, in each of our lives. How we can display that to one another. How we can be kind, good, gentle, and loving to each other. And just to see what the fruit of that image is. God bless. Have a day full of abundant blessings. My prayers are with you. Bye for now.